Alright guys, welcome back. Scotty's Backyard Barbecue, where today is all about the pork. Got a 4th of July cook coming up. I don't normally film stuff that I cook on holidays, but I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. We got a pork butt, we got a pork belly. Found this small little pork belly at Walmart, so I figured I'd grab it. It's $15, $18. Nothing fancy. Some gloves on here, folks. To bring you along for the ride today, folks. We're going to cook a brisket too today if it ever shows up. Yeah, last minute brisket. I had a buddy who wanted me to smoke him up a brisket, but he's not dropping it off until 9:30, 10 o'clock. I told him he might get it tomorrow, and he looks at me all funny. Anyway, just gonna kind of round that off a little bit. See a little stuff here? We're gonna cut that off. We're gonna save this. I'm gonna show you what Scotty does with his trimmings off camera. Alright. We're gonna trim a little bit of fat off. Not much. Like that. Now if you want to leave the fat cap on, that's totally up to you. These little pork butts got so much fat and juice inside them. Walmart pumps these babies up with lots of fluid, folks. Alright. That's enough of this pork butt stuff. Let's see about the side here. Where's that money muscle, folks? Here's the money muscle right here, folks. That's where the money is. Alright, that's a little pork belly. It's a little thin on this side. Now we could take this all down. Basically just trim it up. Backyard barbecue style, folks. Nothing fancy. Remember, we're going to save all these trimmings. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. Okay. That brisket shows up, we'll save. That's what I don't like about the pork butt. Got these little scraggly pieces. Alright. Didn't see that right away. Okay. And of course, this little thinner side is going to probably cook a little faster. That's mostly all fat. So let's take that off right there. Yeah, there it is. Look at a little chunk of meat right there. We're going to trim that off of there. That goes in our meat pile. You see, this is just all fat here, folks. Alright, nothing fancy today. Just trim it up. Video will probably be kind of long, but it's a holiday, I don't care. Got a little silver skin there. If you'd like to take that off, just run your knife. Good sharp knife, folks. You can pull that off of there like that. That'll go in the junk pile. Now, a lot of people like to score fat caps. I'm not a big score the fat cap type of guy, but we will today. What am I going to do with this pork belly? I have no idea. I think I just grab it and cook it. I have no really plan on holidays. You know, I don't wake up a week earlier and say, you know what, I think I'm going to film a brisket cooker. I don't. That's not the way YouTube here rolls. So, anyways, it's early in the morning. And here we just got salt, pepper, garlic. Mostly pepper. I like pepper. Alrighty. And we're going to just basically hit this fat cap with some salt, pepper, garlic. Not too heavy today, folks. Then we're going to flip her over. We're going to run fat side down on all this on the Weber Searwood. You want to go up high? Ooh, that makes for a pretty picture, folks. Look at that. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do with this pork belly yet. But anyways, this pork butt. We're going to go fat side down. I don't know, you want me to score this too, folks? Why not? 50 years of smoking pork butt, I never scored a fat cap. A lot of times I just take it off. Like I said, there's plenty of fat inside these pork butts. Unfortunately, they inject these pork butts with a lot of fluid. Weight means money, folks. No binder. It's pretty damp. Not a big binder guy. Let's get the side. And we're good to the top. We're gonna make some other stuff today, folks. We got a big pan of barbecue beans, not baked beans, folks. Barbecue beans. Get this off my board. Hey, how you like my cutting board? I had a viewer from Scott, the Mile High Barbecue guy. Apparently saw me cutting up my brisket on my old. This is my work table that I make sausage and stuff on. So he figured I needed a cutting board. Scott, I thank you, but you didn't have to do that. I own about 5 cutting boards, but I figure I appreciate it. It's probably my biggest cutting board though. I'll leave a link to Mile High Barbecue guys. We got a little bit left. Might as well use it up. Fat side down. We're gonna be running that Searwood hot and fast today, folks. Scotty's on the gun. Scotty's always busy. Alright. Alright, we'll see you outside, folks. Alright guys, I've got him in. My goal was to put him in about 3, 4 in the morning, but we had a torrential downpour for about 4 or 5 hours. It's the first time I get outside. I didn't feel like getting too wet today. Not that big a deal. I'm running at a 275 hot and fast. Yeah, the pork belly will get done before the pork butt, but I'll show you what we're going to do with that too. So hang on, folks. Be right back. Alright guys, well, looking pretty good. I do believe that pork butt's boneless. I didn't even look. Looks like there's no bone in this thing. I was in a hurry. I grabbed everything. So what I did, everything's looking good. Pork belly. That brisket that guy wanted me to cook still isn't here yet. I took some of that pork trimming, diced it up in little bite-sized pieces in there, folks. Like that. Salt, pepper, garlic on it. We're just gonna cook them out a little bit. We're gonna add some beans to that. Alright, over the top beans. Hit the wrong button. Over the top beans, folks. See the pork fat dripping down in there? Alright, be right back. Alright guys, the long-awaited brisket has finally showed up. Let me give it a fast backyard trim. He must have had it in his car for a while because it wasn't exactly the coolest brisket. So I just ran with it. Give it a quick sprit. I got the pork rendering in here. It's all about the barbecue, folks. No recipe, just wing it. Like Scotty's doing. I got some brisket trimmings I'm also going to cut and put in there. These things are looking phenomenal, folks. I don't even know what the temperature is on these, but we'll check it out. I'm about ready to wrap though, I think. Hey, we'll be right back. Alright guys. Brisket's looking good. The pork butt's good. I got those trimmings into the baked beans, or I wouldn't call them baked beans, I call them barbecue beans. So I'll have a recipe for that down below. You'll see this when it comes together. Pork belly hit 195. It's inside resting. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Alright guys, we're just chugging along here in Barbecue Alley. Getting ready for the fireworks show tonight. Brisket's looking good. The beans are in the pot. Pork belly I cut up in the squares. Got some barbecue sauce on them. Pork butt's looking good, 165. We're gonna put it in this pan. We're gonna take this probe and put it up here. I'm using the old Inkberg probe today that they sent me. Trying to get that working good before I tell you all about it. I think I'm getting all the bugs worked out of it. I am pushing the Searwood to the limit today, folks. The old brisket's looking pretty wet. We're not going to spritz that. Alright. Other than that, I don't know. Well, a lot of you always complain about my grates being dirty and stuff. Let me tell you something, folks. Scotty uses his grill almost every day. I don't use it once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's used every day by some member of my family or me. That means we don't have a lot of time to do cleaning. Now coming up, I'm going to do a video not on how to clean, but things I don't like about pellet grills. Alright. Anyway, have fun with your backyard barbecue. We'll be back soon. Alright guys, let's take a look. Everything's looking good. You know, brisket's starting to plump up nice. The beans are simmering away. The pork belly's good. Now what I'm going to do, this is backyard barbecue fun, folks. Getting ready to start the fireworks. Or go to fireworks. I am going to turn this baby down to an idle. That way I can leave without worrying about it. I'll monitor the Searwood with my phone. Everyone else is all liquored up. We're just going to cruise, folks. We'll see you back here later. Hi guys, like my head? I'm sorry, you can't see my face, but it's me, Big Scott. Okay, I got everything on the board. We're going to take this to the park where the fireworks show's going off. Let's start with the beans here first, folks. I'll leave a video where you can make these. Whoop, that's not the bean. That's the pork butt. Let's start over here with the beans, folks. I'll leave a video link down below in the recipe if you want to make these beans. They're nothing fancy. They're just barbecue beans, not baked beans. Now I put all the trimmings in there, you know, and all cook them well. And I got these cool little pork belly burnt ends. I'm just gonna place them right on top, like that. Nothing fancy. Watch them sink down a little bit. That way when the guests go to serve, they can all get a little pork belly burnt end. Hey, it's barbecue, folks. It's all about having fun. There ain't a recipe that you follow, really. It's just tossing stuff together. You happen to be in the store and you buy something, and hey, I saw this pork belly at Walmart. So I said, what the heck, I'll try it. It's a little on the fatty side, but not too bad. Yeah, like that. You know, half the people I'm going to be serving are half drunked up anyways, except for the cook here, me. It's hot out. They're going to be getting hungry pretty soon. You know, a lot of people who drink don't like to eat right away, so this is going to be a late supper for a lot of them. Yeah, there we go. There you go, pork belly burnt ends on top of barbecue beans. Now, how old school is that, folks? Now you seen that. Get this out of the way. Now I'll cover this back up and I'll take it to the park. Alright, now you've seen that one. Now let's move on to the pulled pork. Get this brisket out of the way. That brisket, I don't know about that. That was a last minute decision by the guy who bought it and wanted me to cook it. Whoa, look at the bark on that pork belly, or on that butt. Let's pull that apart. There's no bone in this. Wow. What a smoke ring. Smoky flavor. Smells smoke. Ooh. Tell you what, folks, they sure improved the pellets and pellet grills since they first come out. You actually get a decent smell of smoke. Now, no way, it's not like an offset, no. You'll never top an offset with a pellet grill. But by God, this is coming in close. You know, charcoal and wood, all wood, it'll always be king. But for a lot of us, getting older, don't have time to manage fires, pellet grill's the way to go. This stuff's like butter, folks. Look at that bark. That bark's insane. We're going to shred that. Oh, I forgot to save the money muscle. Oh, I like saving the money muscle for a special guest. I guess there's no really special guest tonight. Alright, we got a lot of juices in here. Nice and warm. I got some, I got the old traditional Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue. We're going to lightly put some sauce in there, just so you kind of get a hint of barbecue sauce. Then we'll let the rest of the people add their own at the table. This will give just a little hint for people who don't really care for barbecue sauce. They'll just have a little hint of the honey. Not a lot. You don't want to drown it out in barbecue sauce. I'd say on the table they'll add their own. Man, this is a badass pork butt right here, folks. Let's try it. Alright, there's no chewing, folks. That just melted in my mouth. I did nothing special to it, just salt and pepper. And cooked it. And it turned out great. Alright, now for this brisket. You see me now, folks? Now don't be running to the comment section hating on me. This is a last minute thing. One of the people that are at the fireworks show was very late dropping this brisket off. I told him it'd take a long time to cook a brisket the right way. He said he didn't care. So I threw it on there, hoping for the best. Smells amazing. Got some pretty good jiggle. I went hot and fast with it. Wrapped it at 165. All we can do is hope for the best, folks. I gotta do something with the juices. I want to save that juice. Hang on, folks. I'll get a bucket. Okay, folks. I saved the drippings. Hey, you ever go to KFC? Save these containers. They work great. This thing could be tough. I never really got a final temperature. I think around 199. Alright, don't go blaming me of how this thing turned out, folks. Let's cut it right down the middle. Now I'm going to cut it down the middle and then I'm going to slice it and put it back in the container here. Take it to the park. Wow. This is insane, folks, for a fast brisket. Look at that. Juice. Whoa! It squirted into the baked bean. Look at that. Insane smoke ring, folks. You know you did something right when you get a smoke ring like that. That is half lumberjack charcoal hickory and the other half is Bear Mountain pellets. Wow, that's insane. Look at the juice, folks. This is a fast, hot, fast brisket, last minute thing. Yeah. We're just gonna cut it. I think it's a little on the tough side though. We'll find out in a minute here. My knife ain't exactly the sharpest. Let me see if I can get a sharpen on that thing. Alright. I wiped it off really good with a towel. Let's see if that improved it. Oh yeah, that's better. This is just a Pit Boss knife. You buy in a kit at Walmart. Nothing fancy. It doesn't hold the edge well, but once you sharpen it, it's good. My son got that for me for Father's Day a few years ago. Alright. Well, hope you don't mind me trying a piece of his brisket, but here we go. Well, it's falling apart, so it's definitely tender. There he is, folks. Let's try it out. That salt, pepper, garlic. Money. Money, the fatty part. We got the burn ends there, folks. No, he didn't have burn ends, so. I'll try to keep it all in touch, all intact. Tell you what I will do though, folks. I'm going to take this little burn end and I'm going to put that right in there. And this one here, I'm going to put that in with the beans. Okay, folks, here's the fatty part. Look at that insane smoke ring, folks. You know you mastered barbecue when you get a good smoke ring. I've been taking a lot of heat from people like, smoke ring don't matter. It don't matter in the flavor, but it sure matters to the people who are going to be looking at your barbecue, folks. You see a smoke ring, you know you're in the hands of true greatness there, folks. Alright, folks, hope you enjoyed watching this 4th of July video. This really wasn't a how to cook anything video. I'm just showing you what Scotty does on a holiday. I'm here to help people. Like I say, the guy brought this over at the last minute, and it turned out pretty good for a hot and fast brisket with no hold. Maybe I held it for, I don't know, probably an hour. You know, you can always benefit by holding your brisket for as long as you can. We're going to pour some of this, get that bark regenerated. That bark's insane, folks. Salt, pepper, garlic's all you need. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. Alright folks, enjoy your 4th of July holiday. Scotty's busy, he's working a lot of overtime. Thanks to the Orange Man. No political stuff on my channel. I will get the most of my overtime money back. Maybe not all of it, but I'll get a lot of it back. Alright folks, peace out. See you next time on Scotty's Backyard Barbecue.